Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Kotisuryasamprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Vagartha Viva Samprikto Vagartha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau Yenakshara Samamnayam Adhigamya Maheshwarat Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam Tasmai Panidhe Namaha Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam. So last time we looked at the Ku, Gati and Pradi Tatpurushas. At least the names should remain in your head. Ku, as I told you, is fairly simple. Ku just means something which is not very nice, something which has a sense of criticism. Another meaning of Ku also means less, Ishadarthe. So we had an example of lukewarm, Ishadushnam, becomes Koshnam or Kavoshnam. So that Ku can become Ka if the word becomes with A, with Ach, not just A. So Kad, not Ka, Kad, Kadashwaha. We saw several examples. Then we saw the Gati Tatpurusha. We looked at what is Gati. Gati has got about 25 sutras defining what is Gati. Most important one being Kriya Yoga. It's the most common. When the pra, apa, para, etc., they directly influence the dhatu artha. It's called the Kriya Yoga. What we will call upasargas normally also. The small difference between Gati and Upasarga, there are two different sangyas, two different names, but more or less similar. So any compounding where you're seeing an upasarga-like thing, so say vigataha, V with gata, that will be a Gati Samasa, Gati Tatpurusha, very typically. Right? Then we saw a few more examples of the Gati Sangya. One is Abhuta Tadbhave Chvi. So what was not white is made to white. Shukli Kritaha. That kind of examples. And then we also saw some sounds, imitation of sounds, patapata, kritya, etc. Right? So these are all examples of Gati Sangya and how they form a compound. Then what is the difference between Pradi and Gati there? Pradi is also Pradi, Gati is also Pradi. What's the difference? The Pradi, the Pra, etc. do not directly connect to the Dhatu you see in the compound. There is another Dhatu it's connected to, and that part gets dropped. So we saw Pragata Pitamaha becomes Prapitamaha. Pragata Acharya becomes Pra-Acharya, which is Pracharya. That Pra is going with Gata, but you don't see it. Prakrishta Parnaha Praparnaha. Pra is going with Krishna. So this kind of situations where you will feel that the pra, etc., are connecting with a noun. Typically, that would be a Pradi Tatpurusha. Okay? And as I said, the names are not critical, but if you're able to see some meanings in these as you go ahead, that's good for us. Names you may remember, you may not remember. Okay? So today, we will step into what is called as Upapada Tatpurusha. We had started looking at it last time. So what is an Upapada Tatpurusha? What is Upapada? Technically, there's a meaning for Upapada. But the word Upapada, if you look at it purely from the derivation of the word, Upa is Samipa. Right? So a word pronounced in close proximity can be called an Upapada. Okay, a word pronounced in close proximity. So when you're forming a compound in a Vigraha Vakya, it will be in close proximity, okay? Two words will be in close proximity. Now what happens there? In the Panini's world, he gives a technical definition for Upapada. What is the technical definition? In a certain section called Dhatu Adhikara, whatever words are in Saptami Vibhakti, in the seventh case, they will be called Upapadas. You will see. Example, I'll give you a couple of them. That's not critical for us right now because we don't have the ability to make use of the definition in good measure till we enter sutras directly. Okay. So I would like to say loosely, see, you know what is Kridanta words? You remember what is Kridanta? That's very important for us right now. What is Kridanta words? You have a dhatu to which you add a Krit pratyaya and you get a padam which is called a Kridanta pada. After you add, you add Subanta pada. Fine. So now, to a dhatu you can add a pratyaya. Now, I would like you to look at Upapada Tatpurusa as a conditional Kridanta. It's a conditional Kridanta. Means what's the condition? That Krit pratyaya can be added only if the word created by adding the Krit pratyaya is part of a compound. Are you with me? If you want to add a particular Krit pratyaya, and if it can be added only when the word formed by adding the Krit pratyaya, the Kridanta, will be part of a compound, then that kind of a compound will be a Upapada Tatpurusa. Are you with me? Not clear. It will become clear in time. Okay, I'll explain it more. So take this example. The stock example for Upapada Tatpurusa is Kumbhakara. Kumbham karoti. Kumbham karoti. Makes a kumbha, a pot. What should we call him? Kumbhakara. Now, suppose I say karoti. He does. What's the word for it? You give me a Kridanta word. Karoti. Means kartari artha you add a pratyaya. That's all. Nothing more. To Kridhatu. What words do you know? You all know. Yes, Harsha.
Kritavan.
Kritavan. That's in the past tense. Correct. But let's stay with the present tense. In Vedanta, you see these words every class, okay? Yes, Rajlakshmi.
Karomi.
Karomi is Tinganta. I am asking you for a Kridanta word. Karoti, Karomi is all similar, okay?
Kuru.
Yes, Priyanka.
Karaniya.
Karaniya is to be done. I am saying does. He does. Karoti.
Kritavan.
Yes, Manjula?
Kuru.
Okay. You seem to have all of you seem to have forgotten. Okay. What do you understand if I say Jnata? What do you understand? Jnata.
Known.
Not known. Janati iti jnata. Janati iti jnata. Suppose bhunakti, you enjoy experience. What is that person called? Bhokta. All right. Suppose he walks. What is he called? Goes. Ganta. Right. Suppose he speaks. What is he called? Vakta. Suppose he hears. What is he called? Shrota. Are you with me? Is this something not known to you? Trich pratyaya. You had a pratyaya called trich. Kartru, bhoktru, gantru, mantru. Any dhatu you take in add a trich, you will end a tru ending word. You
Yes.
will get a
Yes, yes. Dhanyavad.
yeah. So this tru ending is what kind of pratyaya is that? It's a krit pratyaya. In what sense it is added? You have to remember your kridanta. Otherwise, all this will not make sense. Upapada Tatpurusa will make no sense if you forgotten your kridanta. The krit pratyaya can be added in any karaka sense. Kartari, when you add, you get one pratyaya is trich. Another pratyaya is called null. We have talked about all this. Null. What will be kaka? Karoti, karakaha. Okay. Gayati, gayakaha. Okay. So you can get a whole series of words like that. More common is trich. Right? So now, in this way, we have to form words. Now, karoti iti what? Karta or karaka. You cannot say karoti iti karaha. You cannot make a word. You cannot make a word karoti iti karaha. Why not? Kumbhakaraha is there. Suvarnakaraha is there. Patrakaraha is there. Bhashyakaraha is there. You know, you have all these words. Why not just kara? Sukha. Bhashya plus kara. Bhashyakara. No, doesn't work that way. How does it work? You have to add bhashyam is the karma. Bhashyam is the karma. For what dhatu? Kru dhatu. Kru dhatu. Now, I could have made the word bhashyakarta. That's not a problem. Bhashyasya karta, bhashyakarta. Shashti Tatpurusa. That is okay. But we want a different word. Bhashyakaraha. Bhagavan, bhashyakaraha. How do you get bhashyakara? You have to add a pratyaya, not trich, but and. What is the Vigraha Vakya? Bhashyam karoti. Bhashyam karoti. Not bhashyasya karta. Bhashyam karoti. The very Vigraha Vakya will involve a thing and a suk, typically. Not always, typically. Bhashyam karoti, the bhashyakara. How did it happen? Did you combine bhashyam plus karoti, subanta and tinganta? No. Bhashyam. In the place of karoti, what do you bring in? Kru dhatu. And a pratyaya an. Sense of what? Karta. But when can you add this pratyaya an to get the sense of karta? Only when there is a karma upapada. An upapada, which is going to be the karma of the dhatu to which you are adding the krit pratyaya. Are you with me? Not clear? See, we want to say karta. But karta only with reference to a particular object of that kriya. Now, kriya is dhatu. You're making something. What are you making? I am making a pot. Okay? When you are saying I'm making a pot, that in connection with that karma, grammatical karma, okay, called pot, alone, I can add this krit pratyaya called an to krit. That's why I said it's a conditional kridanta, in a way, loosely. To make the word karta, there's no condition. Krit plus trich karta. You don't have to say what he makes, how he makes, where he makes. Nothing is required. But if you want to do kara, you have to have an upapada. What kind of an upapada right now? A karma upapada. Karmani upapade kridhatoho an pratyaya bhavati. Then what do you get? Kumbham plus kru plus an. But you cannot do this kru plus an unless this kumbham is sitting there. Kumbham or bhashyam or pustakam or bhojanam, doesn't matter what, but something must be sitting there. Some karma of that kriya. Okay? So then alone you can. It's not only with kri dhatu. Can belong to other dhatus too, with exceptions. A lot of exceptions there. So there is all adhyaya almost. Adhyaya 3-2 in Ashtadhyayi will talk of these. It begins with karmani and. So this is the way. So what do you see now? You cannot have an independent word kara. So your vigraha vakya will be what? Kumbham karoti. What's the pramasa? Kumbhakara. What kind of vigraha will be called? Aswapada vigraha. Remember? Because kara cannot be used directly. Aswapada vigraha. And this word can only come as a compound. You cannot have kumbha, kara as two words. Kumbha, you can leave it alone. Kumbhasya karta, you can leave it alone. But kumbhasya karta, kumbhakarta, I can either write kumbhasya karta or kumbhakarta. But when it comes to kumbhakara, I cannot write kumbhakara. I cannot say kumbhasya kara, I cannot make. That's why it's a nitya samasa. If you want the kara, it has to be compounded. You get the word kumbhakara. This is clear. If something is not clear, you ask me now about this. Okay, if no one has a question, we'll move forward. So this is the basics, okay? Now, in what sense, to which dhatus you can add what pratyas? There are a lot of words. All right? That makes up the universe of these Upapada Tatapurusa. So what I have put together is we'll just look at examples. We are not going to get into rules in great detail. So you get a feel for what Upapada Tatapurushas are like. Okay, that's what we will do. Uma, you have a question? I see your thing going on and off.
I think some technical problems, Swamiji. I think it's going on and on.
Okay, just mute yourself. You're fine. It's muting, unmuting. That's why I was looking at what's going. Yeah. All right. So now let me share the screen. I haven't opened the file. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. So you can see now what I told you is what you will find in note. Okay. Upapada Tatpurusa Samasa. What is it? I'm saying that if you want to understand it in very simple terms, it's not very precise, okay? It could be said it's a conditional kridanta. Conditional on the kridanta being part of the compound. Here, a kridanta is formed by adding a krit pratyaya only, that's a condition, when the resulting kridanta pada is one of the words forming part of the compound. And it is called upapada, that word. No, the word which is sorry. Let me just check this out. No, this is not very precise. I'll fix this. Okay, let me remove this first. I'll fix it later. Such a compound is both a kridanta and a compound in a way. Because both sides, okay? And it's called Upapada Tatpurusha. And I thought it would make sense to make it Upapada Nimitta Tatpurusha. Means what? A Tatpurusha which is brought about by the presence of an Upapada. Otherwise, you cannot add and pratyaya, for example, to kri. Okay. So that Upapada, Upocharitam Padam. If you remember, we saw Upocharitam Padam becomes Upapadam, Madhyapada Lopa. What is pronounced closely, that Upapada is the cause for making this compound. And technically, what is Upapada? It's applied to such words which are put in the locative case, seventh case, by Panini in his rules prescribing Krit affixes from 3190 to 34. There is a sutra. Tatra Upapadam Saptami Stham. What is in Saptami? That is called an Upapada. Technically, that's what it is. But for now, you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So the very first sutra is Karmani and. Karmani and after Sandhi becomes Karmanyan. Okay. Karmani. When there's a karma upapada, which means the upapada relates to dhatu, to which you are adding pratyaya is karma. Then alone you will form this. So an upapada subanta combines with a dhatu plus krit pratyaya, where the krit pratyaya can only be added when the upapada is present. So this compound will be a nitya samasa with aswapada vigraha. There can be various conditions, how an upada may relate to the dhatu in the sense of different karas or specific bhaktis. May list specific dhatu and upadas which can combine, otherwise you can't. Upasargas may be involved. So the time, whether it can be used in present tense or past in the future may be told. So there are all what we saw in Kridanta. We saw Krit Pratyas, we saw in various dimensions, if you remember. The Karaka, the time, all those you have to bring back here. What applies for Krit applies here. Am I making sense? Or no? As I said, if you've forgotten all about Krit, I can't do much. You have to go back and look there. Yes, Priyanka.
So Upapada will always be the karma of.
No. Upapada can be karma, can be karana, can be whatever the rule says to you. Okay. In the example I gave you, it must be a karma because Sutra says karmani and. So the sutras will tell you which upada, in what way it connects with dhatu, for which dhatus sometimes, in what time, past, present, future. Is it Tachilyam or not? A lot of factors will be there. That's why I said you have to go back and look at our matrix for Krit. I made a very comprehensive matrix there.
And
a spreadsheet. Yeah.
An is karta, you said.
An is a Krit pratyaya like Trich, which will make a karta of that kriya. The dhatu to which you add. So suppose you add, Trich to gum, it becomes what? Ganta, doer of going, agent of going. If you add it to bhuj, it becomes bhokta, doer of experiencing. If you add it to, pat, it becomes pathita, positive pat, pathayita. Like this, to any dhatu, you can add trich, right? Same way, you can add an also to any dhatu. So suppose we take pachda. See, this is very hypothetical, okay? I may be wrong. I'm just throwing an example off the hand, okay? Suppose you take pachda and you say, let's say you're going to cook rice, annam, right? So annam plus pach dhatu, if karmaniyan applies, if it applies there, if there's no apavada, it becomes what? Annam plus pach plus an. Pach plus an will become pacha or pacha, annapacha or napachaha. That's what you'll get. So like this, you can add to any dhatu. What will it make? An agent of the action. No difference in that. Pachaka is again a cook. Null pratyaya. Right? So like this, any dhatu can add a pratyaya. And is only a pratyaya in the sense of kartari. Like kta pratyaya is karmani. Trich is kartari. We have seen some pratyayas. So in different senses they can be added, pratyayas. And here it is in that sense. Okay. Harsha, you had a question too? Or it's answered?
It's answered.
Okay. So then look at this now. So how will it look like? Upapada Savanta plus an optional, sometime Upasarga may be, sometime may not be there. That's why I said optional. Plus Dhatu plus a Krit Pratyaya. And what will you get? And some Krit Pratyayas are used in the Tachila. Tachila means what? The natural inclination towards an action not prompted by contemplation of fruit. This is coming from a dictionary or from one of the commentaries, okay? So the term, and also has the meaning of, see, Tachila, Tat Dharma, Tat Sadhu Karishu. Three possibilities. Tachila we have seen. Tat Dharma is what? One who enters upon an action not from habit, but thinking that is his duty. And Tat Sadhukari means who does an action expressed by the verb very well. Sadhu Karoti. So all these three meanings are called Tachila. Rather, these three meanings are typically together they are clubbed and said Tachilya Pratyaya, Tachilya sense. So there are Pratyayas which will be only in this sense. So Krit Pratyayas with an extra quality that it is very conduct, very character of this person to do that. So these are the possibilities of Pratyayas. Now we'll look at, some examples. Look at example. First example, I already explained to you. What is the example? Kumbham karoti. Kumbham karoti. So what will happen? Kumbhakaraha. Similarly, nagaram karoti. You can see the similarity, right? Nagarakaraha. Shastram karoti. Shastrakaraha. Bhashyam karoti. Bhashyakaraha. Now, tantun vayati. Veng tantu santana is dhatu. To weave. So you can see it's not only kridha. Tantu is the karma. Many threads. Tantun vayati. Iti tantu vayaha. Swamiji, how did it become vaya? See, what happens really is this. When you add an pratyaya, kru plus an. This is just by the way, okay? Kru plus an. What will happen? That r should take vriddhi. That an. See, an pratyaya means what? You remember anything about it letters? What is the definition of it letter here in this context? Yes, Harisha.
Halantyam it.
Halantyam it. So, what is the content of an? Good. The why is na there? This na makes the pratyaya nit pratyaya. If it's a nit pratyaya, it will bring about a vriddhi in the final vowel. What is the final vowel? R, kr, r. What is vriddhi going to be? What is the vriddhi for r? R. Correct. First r will become a, then you have to add ra for r. Right? So when you add it, you get R. So now what will happen? Kri will become Kar. What is the content of the pratyaya? Kar plus a Kara. Add to Kumbha. Kumbha Kara. Okay? That's how it happens. When we know how to use Panini Sutras more, this will all come. But right now, I want you to understand compound with examples. Okay? Veny tant santane. That also something happens. So you'll get Vaya. Ve plus a. Just take Ve plus a. What will happen? Maybe Vaya, Tantu Vaya. Vaya or Vaya, I don't remember. I'll check this out. Think if it is there, it may be something else also going on there. I don't remember offhand, okay? But all I'm saying is you add with some of the rules and what has to be done, it will come. Tantu Vaya. Then, now the point is next one. Nisham karoti. Prabham karoti. Dinam karoti. Dinam karoti, what's the word? Many of you know. Dinakara. Dinakara. Why not Dinakara? Kumbham karoti, kumbhakara. Bhashyam karoti, bhashyakara. Dinam karoti, dinakara. Prabha karoti, prabhakara. Should be. Nisham karoti, nishakara. No, the pratyaya is not and. What is the pratyaya? Pratyaya is at. Pratyaya is at. What did you do? What is the content of at? At. Takarayit. What is remaining? A. What is the content of an? A. What's the difference between at and an? A. That it letter ta does not cause vriddhi. Does not cause vriddhi. Kam ho gaya. It does something else. It will cause some difference when you do Strilinga Pratyaya. Stri Pratyaya, it will make E or something. It will do some work. So every it letter Panini added with a lot of thinking, okay? So now what happens? So the concept is same. The concept is same. What is it? Nisham karoti. But the pratyaya is at. So what will you get? Nishakaraha. Similarly, Prabhakaraha, Bhaskaraha, Karakaraha, Antakaraha, Anantakaraha, Adikaraha, Bahukaraha, Kim karomi, Kim karomi, iti Kinkaraha. Whatever you ask him, he will do. He'll ask, what should I do? This is why it's called Kim Karat, Kim Karam. Kim karomi, what shall I do? He keeps asking, what shall I do? What shall I do? He's called what? Kinkara. Okay? Kim is the Karmani Upapada. What? Do what? And that becomes Kimkara. Bahu, you do a lot. What do you do? I do a lot. Bahu Karaha. So, Anantam, you do endless. Ananta Karaha. Like this you get. In all these, what do you find? The form is Karaha and not Karaha. Why? Because it is Ta Pratyaya and not An. Okay? Make sense? Now, Gam Dadati. Gam Dadati. What is the dhatu? Dadati. Dudanj Dani. Drop the letters, will get what? Da. Third gana. Da. So now, Gam Dadati. What is Gam? What is the Pratipadika? Go. Go is the Pratipadika. In a Samasa, what happens? You get a Pratipadika. You drop the endings, you'll get go. So go plus dhatu is what? Da. Right? What has become Godaha? Something happens. Everything you're not going to understand, right? Okay. Some action happens, but that A becomes A. And that will typically happen for these Akarant dhatu when a Kit Krit Pratyaya is added. Kakara. Then this A will become A. It will happen. I'm not giving you sutras, but I picked examples from Panini Sutra so that it's easy for you to correlate later. So what happens? Kam dadati iti godaha. Kambalam dadati iti blanket. One who gives a blanket. Giver of a blanket is called what? Kambaladaha. Okay. Now you make your own. Phalam dadati iti phaladaha. Dhanam dadati iti dhanadaha kuberaha. So you can form. Take a karma and add dhatu. But you have to know which pratyaya will come. That's the problem. You don't know whether to add an or ta or ka or what to add, you won't. But you get familiar now with the vigraha vakyas. This is how they will be. Okay? Annam dadati iti annadaha. Dukkham dadati iti dukkhadaha. Sukham dadati iti sukhadaha. Jnanam dadati iti jnanadaha. Pretty straightforward. Okay? All right. Let's look at the next example. Now, dvabhyam pibati. Dvabhyam pibati. Notice now, what is the relationship between, what is the case here? Dvabhyam padena. What is the case? Padena pibati. What is the case? Tritiya. Tritiya. In what sense? Suppose I say chashakena, I'll translate it to English. Glassena pibati. Okay? Chashaka is a glass. Chashakena pibati or glassena pibati. What's the case? Third case. Why is third case? What's the karaka?
Tritiya.
What's the karaka? Yes, Priyanka.
Karan.
Karana. Karana karaka. Therefore, now what are you saying? This upapada has to come in as a karana. Or it may be free. It may not, it's not restricted to karma, that's for sure. In this sutra, it is not karma upada. Padena pibati. It drinks from its foot. And it becomes what? Padam. Okay? Plus dhatu is what? What is the dhatu for pibati? Papane. Padam. Padena, not padam. Padena. Drop the ending, case ending. What's the pratipadika? Pada. Yeah? Pada become one word, the compound. Then dhatu is what? Pa. Plus some pratyaya. And what will it do again? It will knock off the a and make it a. Shorten it. Make it hrasva. What will become? Pada pa. So, what is the meaning of pada pa? Now you tell me. Padena pibati. What drinks from its foot? A plant. Drink is a pada. How does an elephant drink? It first takes it in the trunk, then puts it in his mouth. Therefore, dvabhyam pibati. Drinks with two instruments. Dvabhyam pibati. Therefore, what will become? Dvipaha. Okay? That's the beauty of the compound. What happened now? The pa dhatu, you cannot make paha. Pibati, the paha you cannot make. You have to make it patru, you have to make. Patru will be the word. Pa plus trich. You cannot make paha. Paha is not allowed. Why? It's only allowed in Upapada Tatapurusa. Okay? That's what the significance here is. Upapada Tatpurusa means there has to be some Upapada, typically, and then this compound can only happen when the word will, the Upapada is there, this word will take a pratyaya. And that pratyaya will define what the change will happen to the body. Okay? Let's go further. So like that you have Kachena pibati. You look up the meaning. Kachapaha. You can look it up. That's your exercise. Okay? Now, what is the case here? Same tishtati. Same tishtati. What's the case? Seventh case. Not third. Not second. Seventh case. Same tishtati becomes what? Sama plus tishtati. What is the dhatu? Stha. And what happens? Stha. That a becomes a. So you'll get what? Sthaha. Samasthaha. Means what? One who is level or equal. One who stands in better circumstances. Vishama is what? Difficult situation. Therefore, Vishame tishtati is Vishamasthaha. In Gita, you might find the word Vishamastha. Atmani tishtati, Atmasthaha. Okay? Sir, these are examples. Okay? One more example. Sarvam pradadati. We had seen what? Gam dadati. Godaha. Right? Kambalam dadati. Kambaladaha. Now, sarvam, not just dadati. Pradadati. Sarvam pradadati. What's extra now? Upasarga is extra. Even with upasarga, this script pratyaya gets added. So you'll get what? Not sarvadaha, sarva pradaha. Sukham pradadati. Sukha pradaha. Get the idea? Okay. Then, Panthanam prajanati. Panthanam prajanati. What's extra? Pra is extra. I have tried to pick all akarant ending dhatus together here for you. So you can see all are becoming short. So panthanam pradyanati pathi pragyaha. Pathin pratipadika. Pathi pragyaha. One who knows the path. Then, what is the dhatu for singing? It is not ga. I will tell you that up front, okay? What is the dhatu? Yes, Priyanka.
Gai.
Gai, very good. Gai. Gai is the dhatu. And gai, in a lot of situations, will become ga. Okay, okay? Adechaha ashiti. Sutra. That's what comes to my head immediately. At means what? You should remember what is at. At. In Paninian terms, what is at? Takara it. Yes, Ramesh. No, Ramesh is no, Sampath. Sorry. Unmute. Good. At is at. All right. Therefore, now at echaha. Echaha is a sixth case. In the place of h, what will be the adesha? Ah. When a non-shit pratyaya follows. What is shit, etc.? Shakara. Don't worry about it right now. But gai will become ka. Mlai will become mla. Like this. So gai becomes ga. Now it became what? Ending. Now, the one who sings the Samaveda, Samam Gayati. Or Sama Gayati. Sama, I think, is neuter. Saman. So Sama Gayati will become what? Sama Gaha. Okay? So remember, you'll see in some verse. Samagaha. Samam Gayanti ti Samagaha. Plural, that's all. Samagaha, Samagau, Samagaha. Once you found Pratipadika, you decline. Akaranta. Samaga is a Pratipadika. What does it mean? One who recites a Samaveda. Most of these are Kartari, which means they will always come of one who does something. Samagaha. Then Suram Pibati. Suram Pibati. Drinks alcohol. Padhatu. What will it be? Sura Pratipadika. Pa becomes pa. Surapaha. Clear? Then you have Amsham Harati. Amsham Harati. Iti Amsha Haraha. Amsham Harati iti Amsha Haraha. What's happening? Amsha. What is the dhatu? Harati. What's the dhatu?
Hr.
Hri. Good. Hri. Hri dhatu. What is happening? How will Hri become Hara? Guna is happening. Spot that. Guna is happening. It is not a nit pratyaya. Otherwise, Vriddhi would have happened. It is some other pratyaya. We don't know. I'm not giving you pratyayas here, but it becomes Amsha Haraha. Amsha means what? A portion. One who takes away, steals a portion. So it's a typical word used for a goldsmith. Because even if his mother gives him an ornament, he will take part of the gold, it is said. Okay. Amsha Haraha. Amsham Harati iti Amsha Haraha. Okay. All right. Now, so you can see this again, Karmani. This is Karmani. This is Karmani. You can see these. They are all Karmani. Means a karma is Upapada. Now you have Pujam Arhati. Pujam Arhati. And it is feminine. Words are given. Pujarha. Gandham Arhati. Gandharha. Malam Arhati. Malarha. One who deserves whatever it is. Arhadhatu. Sham karoti. Sham is the karma. Sham karoti iti Shankaraha. But this cannot be formed for everything. It should be a what's called a sangya, some kind of a word which is well known. You cannot make it for anybody who does well. You cannot call him Shankar. It cannot be a common word as an adjective. That's what it means. Then, now seventh case, Upapada. Khe shete. Khe is what? What is the Pratipadika? Seventh case. What is the Pratipadika? Yes.
Kha,
Kha. What does kha mean?
sky, Vyomni,
Huh?
Vyomni, sky.
Kai. Space. Right. So, Khe in the space. Shete. What is shete? Sheeng. Swapne, to sleep. Don't take it literally to sleep, to dwell, to be. So that which dwells in space will be called what? Khashayaha. Khe shete khashayaha. How do you get shayaha? Some pratyaya will do some work, okay? She is a dhatu. It will take guna. It will become she. Then pratyaya will have content a. You add it, will become shaya. That's how you'll get it. You have to be very comfortable with guna and vriddhi, and then adding one ach. You will get the words. That's how you get shayanam. She, guna, she, plus anam, shayanam. We have not seen sandhi so far. I have been going with more meaning related stuff, but we'll get to sandhi one day. Okay. Kheshete iti khashayaha. What is that person who sleeps, or you can say rests, or lives, or dwells in space? Translation should be appropriate to the context, okay? Garte shete. Garta means what? It means a hole or a hollow cavity. Okay. So garte shete iti gartashayaha. What is gartashayaha now? You can give an example of gartashayaha.
Owl.
Huh?
Owl.
Owl, if you take hollow, if you take an ant, lives in a hole, or a snake, gartashayaha.
Mouse.
A mouse, correct. Anything will add, you can take there. So you will find the word garta in Rudram also, garta sadam yuvanam. But garta is the same, a hole. Okay. Let's go back. Then, see, what I have tried to do is one sutra, there are a few examples. I'll just put them together for you. So you can see them, that kind of words together. Girau shete. Girau shete. What is girau? Seventh case of what? You should know.
Giri.
Yeah. Maliti.
Giri,
Giri. What does Giri mean?
mountain.
Mountain. Or a hill. Better. Parvata is mountain. Giri. So, Girau shete. One who lives on a hill. Who is that who lives on a hill? Could be anybody. But what is the normal? See here, Girisha. Girisha Yanamaha. Who is Girisha there?
Shiva.
Lord Shiva. Therefore, it's called Girisha. Why? Girau shete. Iti Girishaha. Girau also can mean on your tongue, in your speech. He is also called Girisha. You will find Girisha Yanamaha, Girisha Yanamaha. What's the difference? Girisha. Girau shete. What is Girisha? What is Girisha? What kind of a compound is Girisha? Yes, Deepti.
Will be Ishaha. That is the Lord.
Huh?
Giri plus
Correct. So
Isha. Lord.
what kind of compound?
Shashti Tatpurusa.
Good. So that's a Shashti Tatpurusha, Girisha. But what is Girisha? Upapada Tatapurusa. Girishaya Namaha, Girishaya Namaha. You will find two names next to each other in Shiva Ashtotram. Okay. So see, this is how I enjoy it. Okay. Every word Ashtotra or Sahasranama you do, you look at the word and try to understand. Ah, now it makes fun sense. It becomes fun. And you follow the meaning as you go. And you get vocabulary for free because you memorize Sahasranama anyway. So it's good. Free vocabulary you will get. And with that, you can extend your vocabulary a lot. So somebody has learned Vishnu Sahasranama, use it. It will help you. A lot of words you will get to understand. And if you're following Swamiji's book, you will find he has given samasas right there. You will find them also. May not be type of samasa, but with this knowledge, you can see what Vigraha Vakya and understand which type of samasa. Not hard. So you can do two in one job. Look at Vishnu Sahasranama, understand it, and also understand some language along. Okay. So buy one, get one free. Okay. Now, Puraha Sarati. See here, these are avyayas. Puraha, Agrataha, etc. So it's not, Subanta Pada could also be an avyaya. With Sridhatu. Puras Sarati. Iti what? Puras Saraha. Agrataha Sarati. Agrasaraha. Or Agre Sarati. Agre Saraha. What does it mean? One who walks in front. Literally means what? A leader. Agre Saraha. One who goes in front. See, Puraskritya, keeping in front. Sri Dhatu, Saraha, to move. Again, what is happening? Guna. Sri Guna becomes Sara. Right? Karma Karoti. Karma Karoti. Iti Karma Karaha. Why not Karma Karaha? Now, here, Karma Karoti with an extra meaning. When the person is being paid a wage, then a different pratyaya comes. So karma karaha means a person who is hired for wages. Who's hired for wages. That's the language needed such word, you know. You want to talk of somebody who does work generally and somebody who works for a pay. He's not a startup company fellow. He's a salaried employee, okay? You pay him, he does work. If not, he won't do anything. Wages, he works for wages. He is called karma karaha. Suppose he was not working for wages, he may have been called karma kara, possibility. But karma kara is only if he is wage working for wages, not otherwise. That's the extra there. So there Kashikakara will say Bhritakaha ityarthaha. Means he's paid for it. Person who works for wages. Different from karmakara. Okay. Karmakara. Sutram karoti. Bhagavan Paninihi. Sutram karoti. Sutrakaraha. Mantram karoti rishihi. Mantrakaraha. Padam, a word. Padam karoti. Padakaraha. Makes a word, makes a sentence, makes a mantra, makes a sutra. Then, Atmanam Bibharti. What is the dhatu? Bibharti. Bhri dhatu. Okay. So, what is the word though you get? You get a word Atmam Bharihi. Don't ask how. Some pratyaya comes, something happens. Okay. Atmam Bharihi. Angam Ejayati. Aged company to shake, to move. Angam Ejayati. One who is moving his limbs is called what? Angamejayaha. Swami should have been Angejayaha. No, there's some extra thing that happens here. Angamejayaha. One who makes limbs move. Now, what's the next word? Janam Ejayati. He makes people tremble. Janamejayaha. Word is like this. Swamiji, why Janam, that Makara, why is it not going? To be looked into. What are we interested right now? This word is only formed as Upapada Tatapurusa. You cannot form Ejru as Ejaya as a Karaka, Karta. Janamejaya is only when it is in Upapada Tatapurusa. This word you'll see Janamejaya in Mahabharata. Priyam vadati. Priyam vadati. Iti Priyam vadaha. Why not Priya vadaha? That's the way the word is, okay? There's an extra makara which comes. Priyam vadaha. One who speaks what is dear, what is pleasant. Then Vihayasa Gachati. What is Vihayasa? What is Vihayas? Yes, Harsha.
Sky again.
Space. Space. Yeah, correct. Sky, space. Sky, normally you look up. Space, you understand more clearly. That's why I use the word space. Nothing wrong with sky, okay? So, Vihayasa. What case is that? Third case. Singular. Sakaranta. Vihayasa Gachati. One who goes through space. And what is it? Gachati. Gam dhatu. Viham gamaha. Why that that extra comes? There's a pratyaya called kash, which brings these things. One mummagama will come. Something will happen, okay? But you will get a word vihangamaha, sutangamaha, like that. You will get some words. It immediately you know that ma is not part of its kash dhatu, which is causing trouble. Remove that, you will get a vigraha vakya in your head. See, viham, if you try, you won't get. Vihayasa, you have to get. That you drop. Not clear still. Not easy. You have to have more language to follow it, okay? Take some time. But this is the pattern. Then, Tvishantam tapayati. Tvishantam tapayati. Tapayati scorches. Who is Dvishantam? One who hates you. You scorch. You burn one who hates you. What is he called? Dvishantapaha. Tapdhatu. Now, Paran Shatrun tapayati. What will it be? Parantapaha. Does it ring a bell somewhere? Bhagavad Gita. Parantapa. What does it mean? Scorcher of enemies. Parantapaha. Upapada Tatapurusa. See, Paran tapayati iti parantapaha. Puram darayati. Puram darayati. Tear the city apart. What's he called? Purandaraha. Dridhatu. Dring dharani. You know, Purandara. So, all these are in one sutra. That's why I put them together. In order you find all of them, one extra ma is there. Purandaraha, Parantapaha, Dvishantapaha, Vihangamaha, Priyam Vadaha, Angam Ejayaha, Janam Ejayaha, all makara extra. One agama called. What is agama? What is adesha? Replacement. Agama addition. Memory. Just reminding you, okay? Kulam kashati. Kulam kashati. Iti kulankasha. What does it mean? Kulankasha. Kula means the bank. Kasha means to tear. To basically a river which will go over the bank is called Kulankasha Nadi. Like Brahmaputra when it is flood, or Ganga, it will be called Kulankasha Nadi. Kulam kashati iti Kulankasha. Abhram kashati. Tears through space. Breaks the barriers in space. Abhram kasha. What does it amount? Then kshemam karoti. What is kshema? Yoga kshema, no? Kshema. Protect something. Can be called kshema karaha or can be ksheman karaha. Two possible options. Priyam karoti, priyakaraha or priyankaraha. Options. Vishwam bibharti, one who holds the whole jagat, upholds it, protects it. Vishwam bharaha or Vishwam bhara. Feminine. Therefore, what? Vasundhara. Meaning. Comma means I have given you meaning. Vishwambara means earth. What protects? What holds the whole world? The earth. And that is called Vasundhara. This is just an example word, like Nadi, Giri. Given a word here, okay? Nothing to do with the compound. Shatrun Jayati. Shatrun Jayaha. You notice, see, Kshemankarah, extra ma. Vishwambharaha, extra ma. Shatrun Jayati, Shatrunjayaha, extra ma. Yugam Dharayati, Yugandharaha. You have to look up exact meaning of Yuga. I don't know in this context. Shatrun Sahate. He can withstand enemies. Shatrum Sahaha. Shatrun Tapayati. Shatrun Tapaha. Arin Damayati. Puts down the enemy. Arindamaha. Does that word ring a bell somewhere? Arindamaha. Mostly it's there in Gita. You will see it. Arindamaha. Antam gacchati. Antagaha. Atyantam gacchati. Means what? With upasarga or without upasarga or with upasarga. Same pratyaya. Atyantagaha. Antagaha means what? One who goes there. Antam gacchati. Adhvagaha. Adhva is what? Road. Adhvam gacchati. Adhvagaha. One who goes on the road. Duram gacchati. Duragaha. Param gacchati. One who goes beyond. Paragaha. Moksham gacchati. Like that. That's the meaning of paragaha. Sarvam gacchati. Sarvagaha. Gam becomes gaha. When? Only when you have upapada, not otherwise. You cannot make a word gaha. Anantam gacchati. Anantagaha. All these have pratyaya called da. Have pratyaya called da. What does da do? Now, what is the ith letter in da? Da pratyaya. Yes, Malati.
Chutu.
Dakar. By what sutra? Correct.
Chutu.
Chutu. Good. Very good. Happy to see you remember it. Chutu. What does chutu mean?
Anything starting with the chakara, cha varga and tu varga is it.
In what? In a pratyaya.
In a pratyaya.
Pratyaye adau chutu it. Okay, should remember all that. That sutra should not be forgotten. Chutu, good. So, pratyaya, these are all pratyayas, right? Krit pratyayas. Therefore, adi chu, tu. Da. Now, what happens when you have da? This is something extra, just for fun, I'm telling you, okay? I will tell you one more word now. T. Till now, I have not told you this word. T. You know what is T? You take any word, all right? You find the last vowel in it. Find the last vowel in it, anything I tell you. And the part beginning with the last vowel up to the end will be called T. The part beginning with the last vowel of something going up to the end will be called what? T. Achontyadi tihi. Antya ach is the adi of which? Achontyadi ti. Now, let's take an example. Suppose I say gum. Gum. Where is the last vowel in gum? How many vowels are there in gum?
One.
One. which is the vowel A. Now, what is T now in
Ma-
gum? You should begin with the vowel. Okay. Suppose I say, Krishna, Krishna, Draupadi, Krishna. What is the T?
Ah.
Okay. Suppose I say Raman,
An.
Are you following it? Are you following it? Suppose I say, one second now. Okay. Suppose I say T. T. What is the T?
E.
E. All right. Is understanding of T now come to some extent? If I want to make it more complex, I'll say Kritsnam. No, not a good idea. Marut. Marut. What is the T? Ut. Ut. Good. Sarit. It. Good. Bhrigu. Bhrigu. What is it? What is the T?
O.
Oh. Pashun.
Moon.
All right. What is T? Good. Now, if you have a dith pratyaya, if you have a dith pratyaya, what's a dith pratyaya now? A pratyaya in which dakara is it like? Okay. Then what will happen? T lopa will. What will happen? Ter lopa. Dittu samarthyat ter lopa. Okay. What is lopa? Adarshanam lopaha. Should not forget. Okay. Adarshanam lopaha. Now, param gacchati. Param gacchati. What is the upapada? Param. Karma upapada. Gacchati. What is the dhatu? Kam. What is the pratyaya? Da. Pratyaya is da. What is the content of da? Drop the eighth letter. What's the content of da pratyaya? Good. Keep it aside. Now, da, what will it cause? Ter lopaha. So, gum. What is the T in gum? Drop it. What will remain?
Ga.
Gakara. Add the a to it of da content. What will you get? Ga. Para plus ga. Paragaha. So I have taught you one derivation. Just for fun, okay? This is how Panini works. You should know dith means ter lopaha. Ditto samarthyat. This will apply elsewhere too, not one place. You should know what is T. Now you know what? When you are doing your Atmanepada endings, you're doing Atmanepada endings. Do you remember our endings? Ti taha anti, si taha tha, mi vaha maha. What is Atmanepada endings? Ta atam cha, tha satham, vahi mahi. Do you remember that vaguely somewhere? We did it long ago. Now, what should you do? When you're doing Atmanepada endings, in lat lakara is lat, ta is there in it. It's a tit lakara. Lang is a git lakara. Na. Lit is a tit lakara. Lot is a tit lakara. Are you with me? Takara is it. Now, when you have this takara it lakara, then Atmane Pade Tehe A. One sutra. What do you do now? You take the T and replace the T with A. Replace the T with A. Now, Patha, okay, plus Ta. Ta is the pratyaya. Patha, dhatu, Patha plus ta. Patha plus shap will come. Patha plus ta. Now, what is the T in ta? Ta. What should I do now? Te he a. Replace the T with a. What will you get?
A.
A. It will become what? Pathate. Not good. Why? Pat is Atmanepada? No, it is Parasmanepada. Atmanepadeshu. We should do what? Titaha. Te a. Tit lakara. T will become a. Now, labha will become what? Labhate. Correct? Now, ta atam cha. Atam will become what? Ate. Atam will become ate. Then ante, antam will become what? Ante. Labhate, labhete, labhante. All those A's are coming because of what? Te, a. Benefit of knowing what is T. Like this, you expand. Okay, this is just a teasers I'll keep giving you. So you keep Pani, interest for Pani should come up more and more. Then we'll have more fun. Yes, Priyanka.
Atam, does it become Etam or Etam?
It does, but if you remove off the 1, 4, 6, 10 Gana, you'll get Ate. 1, 4, 6, 10 has some funny business going on there. Okay. But if you go for all the remaining, you will find it would. Lit lakara, it Jajnire, Chanjagumsi Jajnire. At A will come from T, becoming A. This is just by the way, okay? Don't worry about it. We'll go back to our main topic. This I just said because of Dittu Samarthya, I remember. Okay. Okay. All right. So we did all these. That's why I put everything together. So you understand. Da pratyaya means all these are in that category. Then klesham apahanti. Klesha apahaha. Kleshapahaha. Klesham is the upapada, karma upapada. And what is the dhatu? Han, but with upasarga apa. You get kleshapahaha. Who would be? A son, potentially, a daughter. Could be anybody. Could be a friend. Just an example. Putraha. Tamopahaha. What is tamopahaha? Tamas apahanti. Iti tamopahaha. Suryaha. One who dispels darkness. Tamas. Now, there are other words, okay? This is from one sutra. How it happens. Kartari. Shuchau Sidati. This Kathopanishad, if you were there last retreat, you remember. Shuchi Sat, Adri Sat, Drona Sat. All these come from this basis. So, Shuchau Sidati. One who moves, Sati, Sadhatu, Katau. You will get the word will come Shuchi Shat. Antarikshem, Antarikshe Sidati, Antariksha Sat. What is Upanishad? Our word, okay? Upanishad comes from the same. It is Upapada Tatapurusa. I didn't give the Vigraha Vakya here, okay? But that Shat, same Pratyaya comes. Pratyaya called Quip. Quip Pratyaya means, you know what? Pakara is it, Alantyam. Okay? Kakara is it, because of Lashakva Tadhite. And E happens to be a nasalized E. That also goes. What will the Pratyaya have? Nothing. It's called a zero suffix. But what will it do? It will create the dhatu into a karta. That's why Upanishad, shad, nothing gets added, but it becomes a karta of what? Upanishad. Shad dhatu artha is what? Visharane, Shadal, Visarane, Avasadane, and Gati. All three meanings. The agent of bringing about Gati, Visharana, and Avasadana, when you go near and Nishchayena Shilayati, that's how you get the word Upanishad. And what's the Pratyaya? Quip. Anda, no, not Andam, not Andam, okay? Mistake. Andam, sorry. Andam Sute, one which lays an egg. Andasu. One who gives birth to 100. Shatasu. One who gives birth, only upasarga. Prasute iti prasut. One who hates an enemy, mitra dvit. One who does treachery, droham karoti, mitra dhruk. See, in all these you can see only upasarga is there and there is no upapada. That also works sometimes. It will still be called Upapada Tatapurusa. Ashvayuk. You yoke horses. Ashwan or Ashvau. Yojayati Ashvayuk. Vedan Veti. Vedavit. This word we have seen. Vedavit. Brahma Veti. Brahmavit. Kashtan Bheti. Kashtabhit. You know what's happening in all these now? Why this takara comes? If you have a pith krit pratyaya, a pith krit pratyaya. What is quip? Quip has got pa in there. It's a pith pratyaya. Okay. And is it a krit pratyaya or not? Kridanta pratyaya or not? Krit it is. Hrasvasya kriti piti tuk. One sutra. What will it do? When you have a hrasva, then you will add one agama tuk. Tuk means what? Tuk. U will go because of its anunasika and ka will go because of it. What will remain is takara. So you will get takara. Veda with. How do I know? Oh, it is pith and it is krit. So hrasvasya kriti piti tuk. Add one sutra and you're done. So at every step you have to pay attention to what? What is the it letter? What kind of pratyaya? Keep adding to your database. Then everything will come together sometime. That's how it works. Okay. Similarly, see, kashtan bheti iti kashtabhit. Now here it is not, takara is part of dakara. Bhid. Dhatu is bhid. That becomes ta. Or it can be kashtabhid also. Both will work. Prakarshena chinatti prachid. Shatrun jayati shatrujit. Senam nayati, different kind of word. Senani. Sena plus ni dhatu. Senani. Quip. Therefore, nothing else added. Agram nayati. Agrani. You know. So you have a naval base. It is called Agrani. Why is it called Agrani? Because Agram nayati. It takes you forward. It is not feminine. It's masculine. Could be masculine. Fine. No problem. So in Coimbatore, you know, the naval station is called Agrani. That's why I remember that. And they will pronounce Agrani. Doesn't mean that. Agrani, one who leads, leading edge. One who leads the army is called Senani. Dhatu is ni, prapane. Has the meaning of leads in the context. Carries an army, leads an army. Ardham bhajate, ardhabhak. Havyam vahati, havyavahanaha. Apsu jata. Seventh case. Abjah. Gavi. In the earth, prithivyam jayante iti goja. Go is the pratipadika. Goja. Vedic, therefore, there's a swara here, okay? Don't worry about it. Kamam dogdhi, one who gives you what you wish for. Kama dugha, one who milks what you want, gives you that. Kama dugha. Dharmam dogdhi. See, this you have to know the tinganta. The dugdha to become dogdhi. Shobhanam dadati iti sudama. Like this, there are so many examples, okay? Not one or two. There are a whole bunch of examples. But I have covered probably 80% of the sutras for you, important. So you will see what kind of Vigraha Vakyas you will get. All right. So all these are what kind of samasa? Forget. Upapada Tatpurusa. What does it involve? A subanta upapada which connects the dhatu, and only when it connects to dhatu you will get a pratyaya, a krit pratyaya. And what are the pratyayas mentioned are all krit pratyayas, but only applicable for a upapada tatpurusha compound. Is that clear? That part should have become clear, okay? After 1 hour of doing this. Then my job is done. Because I just want, yes, Priyanka.
Is there a list of pratyas that are added or it's wide open?
There's a each sutra tells you what pratyaya and in what conditions. If you want to nose around, 321, 134, you nose around. Okay. Go look at Vasu meanings. You will get some idea. English. 321. Karmaniyan. Start with that. You will not understand everything potentially. Don't worry about it. You have some time. Have fun with it. Okay. Now, the next example we'll see is the Tachilya Pratyaya. Okay. Means that it's got an extra, not just a karta. Tachilya karta. It's very ingrained or does it very well. That kind of a meaning. So typical example is here now. Ushnam bhoktum sheelam yasya. It looks like a bahurihi to you? No, it is not bahurihi. Okay, just because you yasya had said not bahurihi. Ushnam bhoktum sheelam yasya. That word sheelam tells you it's a tachilya pratyaya. What will you get? Ushna plus bhujadatu plus a pratyaya called nini. Pratyaya called nini. And that will make it what? Ushna bhojin. Ushna bhuj plus nin. What will it do? That bhu will take guna. Who will become bhoj. Bhojin. Ushna bhojin is the pratipadika. How will it decline? Ushna bhoji, ushna bhojinau, ushna bhojinaha, ushna bhojinam, ushna bhojinau, ushna bhojinaha. Then what will happen after that? Ushna bhojina, etc. You would see, okay? Ushna bhojibhyam. Now won't go. Bhyam will go away. Ushna bhojibihi, ushna bhojine, ushna bhojibhyam, ushna bhojibhyah. This is all to make you remember nakaranta. Okay. Look at it. Karinvat. Kari, karinau, karina. You have to follow that template. Okay. Inanta. So ushna bhoji, shita bhoji. So when you have this e ending, you should think it could be a tachilya pratyayanta upapada tatpurusha. Could be. One possibility. It could also be a tadhita pratyaya. Like what? Hastam asya astiti hasti. Hastin. Karin. We'll get all those also. Different. Declension will be similar for Karin as well as for Ushna Bhojan. But Ushna Bhojan is a Upapada Tatpurusha samasa, whereas Karin is a tadhita. Karaha asya astiti Karin. Very different. But declension will be same. Similar. Okay. Then Ushtra iva kroshati. Not very useful for our Shastra study. Ushtra iva kroshati. One which makes noise like a camel. Will be called what? But person who makes a camel sound, maybe a camel keeper, is called what? Ushtra kroshin. Same. Nini pratyaya, I think. Then Sarasi jataha. Sarasi jataha. Sarasi jaha. You hear Sarasi janayane, Saroja haste, etc. Sarasi ja. How do you get? Jand. Jan dhatu becomes jaha. What is happening? Jan dhatu becomes jaha. What is happening? Can you see what's happening? T is going, okay? Watch. T is going away. What is the T in Jan? An. Remove it. Add one. What will you get? Ja. Must be da pratyaya. Very likely. Or a dit pratyaya. Mostly da. So you'll get what? Sarasijaha. Buddhe jat. Buddhe jata. Fifth case here. Buddhe jata. Born of buddhi. Buddhijaha. Samskarat jata. Fifth case. Samskarajaha. Dukkhat jataha. Dukkhajaha. न जायते अजः द्विर्जाता born twice द्विजः अनुजातः born later born after अनुजः. Who is Anuja? A younger brother, younger sister. Anuja. In Malayalam, what will you call? Anujan. What is the elder brother? Jeshtan. You will make it Cheta. That's different. That is colloquial. But what is the word? Jeshtan. Anujan. A lot of Sanskrit in Malayalam. You will see. What is happening in all these cases? You will find Jan Dhatu is involved in all of these examples, and the T lopa is Jaha you will get. Okay. Then. Now, a few examples where a tense is involved. Past tense. Somena ishtavan. It is Somayaji. Ishtavan means what? Tavatu pratyaya. This person has done a Somayaga long ago. It's called Somayaji. If he is doing today, you can't call him Somayaji. Not the same. Shastram kritavan. Shastra krit, not krita. It should be krit. Similarly, bhashyam kritavan. Bhashya krit. Only in the past tense. You will find this word bhashya krit several times in Upanishad bhashyams or tika. And that means one who wrote the bhashya, made the bhashya. Past tense. That's the extra element here. Time. Priyam vadati, I think this all real. Priyam vadaha. Bhayam karoti. Bhayankaraha. Abhayam karoti. Abhayankar. Shiva. Again, there's a pratyaya called kach. Kit pratyaya. Therefore, this extra ma will come, which will become nga. Abhayankara. Otherwise, should bhayakara. This is a funny one. Panditam atmanam manyate. It will become Panditam manyaha. Panditam mani. This extra ma. Panditam manyaha. Panditam mani means the fellow is not a Pandita, but thinks he's a Pandita. It's a poke. Doesn't mean he's a Pandita. Means he presumes he's a presumptive Pandita. Okay. So, does it make sense? This is Upapada Tatapurusa. I have finished Upapada Tatapurusa for today. All right. So many examples. So you should be able to understand what Upapada Tatapurusa means. Exact details, we have to go and look in sutras. That's the only way you'll get all of them. But with this, you should have a fair understanding of how samasas are formed. And a lot of examples in your Gita Upanishad you will follow with this much. Okay. So we'll stop here. And tomorrow I will not have a class. I decided tomorrow no class. We'll meet next Saturday. Okay. Just pay attention. Watch your email Saturday morning in general for the next 2-3 classes, because depending on time, I will decide. Maybe I'll do next time. Because I'm going slowly so that I'm not just trying to finish it. I want you to follow what we're doing. So that's why I took a lot of examples. Next class, we will do Nanj Samasa. And if we finish Nanj quickly, we'll get to Bahuri. Tatpurusha, only one is remaining, Nanj Tatpurusha. We'll finish that and we'll enter Bahuri. Then after Bahuri, Nanj, Dvandva, Navyaiva. We'll see what we can do. right? So, but the last class will be today's 13th, 20th, 27th. Beyond 27th, we will not have a class. 28th max. Okay. Then we will have another class only, probably June end or June mid, depending on how it works out. I'll resume from Rishikesh because I have been in Rishikesh for 6 months, June through November. So we'll see what we can do at that time. Okay. That's the heads up for you. Right? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. You're welcome to ask.